Hey, it's Dr. Karin. If you've ever experienced a painful breakup or divorce, then you know how devastating it can be. You feel like your whole world has been turned upside down. Your heart's been ripped out of your chest. It's horrible. It leaves us wondering who we are now and what the future holds for us. If you found yourself in this position like I've been, then in this video, I'm going to share how you can turn tragedy into transformation and move on stronger than ever before. Let's go. The first thing that I want to offer you if you've recently gone through a breakup, separation, or divorce is so much compassion. I've been there and done that, and I know how devastating and disorienting and confusing that it can be, because very often your identity is wrapped up in the relationship. And here you are today looking at this video, looking for how to process this into a wonderful transformation. And this is where you get to make the choice to turn your tragedy into something that creates more power in your life. And the beautiful thing is it's always a choice. The first step of empowerment is by you being here and making the choice to turn your life into a direction that feels like empowerment, to pick a timeline for your future that feels stronger and better than before instead of doing the opposite, because we want to move you in the direction of power. Now, first of all, I want you to remember that each relationship that comes into your life is actually an assignment. It's actually called into your life on a soul level as an opportunity to grow. Now, as painful as it feels, actually, I'm going to tip you on your head a little bit here. The most painful people, situations, experiences that we have in our life, betrayal, abuse, infidelity, all the above, I've been through all of it. If you can get to a point where you can actually see it all as an opportunity to grow, you have taken a giant step in your pathway to transformation. So looking at it, what I first want you to do is looking back at whatever happened to you, processing this as you're going along your day, thinking about it, because I know you're thinking about it a lot. Start asking yourself on a moment-to-moment basis, how did this help me grow? What was this here to teach me? And over time, as you're raising your frequency, as you're getting your power back, maybe in this moment, you will start to realize, wow, very often what relationships are here to teach us when we have a really painful breakup. So in my own experience and my history of working with clients for 20 years, it seems to me that the number one thing that we are here to learn in relationships through breakup, through divorce, is how to return to our own value and our own self-love. Because what is usually triggered when we have a breakup is we question our value. We question if we're lovable. We question all of those things. And we usually have some childhood wounding within us. If this is a strong activation of pain for you, you likely have a very strong childhood wound that hasn't been healed. So what this relationship was called into your life to do was to bring you to this point in this now moment right now to realize, wow, as painful as that was, I now have the opportunity to work on my own self-love in a place where I can be more powerful, more loving with myself than had this relationship not happened. And that is the choice that you get to make today. So one of the first things I want you to do is look back on the relationship and think to yourself, after you're kind of asking, how is this here to help me grow? First examine, how did I change myself in this relationship? Did you give up parts of yourself to satisfy the other person, to try to keep them around? Did you stop speaking your truth? Did you stop doing the things that you love doing? Who were you when you met this person, when you were active and vibrant and fun and playful and all that stuff that was active in you, that you let go to the wayside along the way? Or if you were with the person for a really long time, you actually probably went through a lot of growth plates in that relationship. If it was decades, we actually go through big growth plates each decade. You actually become a different person each decade. People that are married for 30, 40, 50 years say, wow, I was married to 3, 4, and 5 people in that time, because you change a lot. And in relationships that are still in alignment, you will grow together and stay together because you're both focused on the work. But when one person falls off and you're growing in different directions, that's when the alignment is off. And so what you want to do is look at, where did I lose my alignment in this relationship? Where did I let go of my authentic interests, my desires, my truth, who I truly am at the core, to try to make this other person happy? Because precious soul, you are not here to martyr your happiness for someone else. If that relationship ended, the alignment was off and you were not meant to stay in a situation that was no longer in alignment with your soul. And then as you're looking at how you may have changed yourself or given up some of your values or desires or put your happiness on the sidelines, how did that manifest in your life? I want you to really, before you're moving forward, it's really important that you're kind of taking inventory for the magnitude of what that relationship was actually. If it was turning sour, my guess is if you had a breakup, you probably had a period where things were going badly for a while. So look at, what did that compromising myself due to my life? What was I giving up? How was I compromising my happiness? And how was it affecting your physical body? When I was going through my really bad time before my divorce, I was actually going through periods where I wasn't able to speak up. I wasn't able to use my voice. So what I was getting was, because the body will manifest illness when energy is off and when you're not tending to certain energy fields and you're not being authentic to yourself, you will get sick. So I was getting bronchitis all the time. I was getting chest infections chronically because I was not allowed to speak up, or I was choosing to stay in an environment where I couldn't talk about a lot of things I really wanted to talk about. So this chakra, my throat chakra, which goes down into your chest, was getting clogged. I often actually got laryngitis as well. It just completely shut down. Very often, anger and resentment in relationships over the long haul can manifest in the gut. You can have major gut issues. You can get heart issues. When you're not feeling stable in a relationship, we will tend to get back issues because our back aligns us in a way that offers us security. So when you're not feeling secure energetically in your life, you will very often trigger back pain. So Louise Hay is a really good resource to look at for these kinds of ways that diseases manifest in your body. If you've never heard of her, she has a fabulous book. She's deceased now, but she has a book called, I think, How to Heal Your Life. And it's a really good place to look. If this just triggered something in you, go and look up whatever ailment was recurring in your life through her work, and you will pinpoint the energy of the emotional kind of compromising that you were doing was directly affecting your body as far as disease and illness. So right now, here's another way to look at the relationship being over. I know you're hurting. If it was not your choice, I know I've been there. It can be so painful, but we're trying to resurrect a feeling of self-love in you. We're trying to rewrite your future now so that you can write whatever you want to happen. And that's what I wanted to pull you to right now. I want to give you the word freedom. When I got divorced, the word freedom became my mantra, because what you have right now that you didn't have back then, that most people have that are in unhealthy relationships, is freedom. You have freedom now, no matter how it ended, to create the you in the now and the you in the future that you desire. You have the freedom right now, which is limitless, to create the timeline, to choose the success and the abundance and the joy and the future love that matches your heart desires, that aligns with who you really are. So what we're going to be doing then is really focusing on your own alignment. So the first step to alignment is taking your power back. If you are really in pain over this divorce or separation or breakup, you're probably giving a lot of energy to what happened, maybe talking about it and ruminating over it and replaying it over and over in your head. Now, for a while, you really need to do that, okay? If you're fresh out of a breakup, I'm giving you so much compassion, because there is a period of time, dependent on how long the relationship was, how invested you were in the relationship, that you need to replay and talk out those scenarios and that pain with an expert that specializes in this kind of situation. Find a coach, find a counselor, find someone that you can tell the story and tell the story and tell the story, so you can get that trauma out of your body, because energy's natural state is movement. It needs to move. Activate your voice. Go somewhere safe and secure where you can have a container of safety that you can process what happened. That's very important. Okay, so whether that's 6 weeks, 6 months, I would recommend at least 3 months, 15 sessions to really get a good deep dive into that. If you had trauma, 6 months to a year might be good. It doesn't mean that you can't have fun in the meantime. Your body just needs to process it, because we don't want that disease to stay in your body. That dis-ease needs to move. So make sure you're doing that first. Now, once you've gotten the trauma out of your body, if that was necessary for you, let's talk about what you're doing now to clear it out of your body, out of your energy field. Okay, pay attention to how much you're talking about your ex, how much you're ruminating over old emails, old texts, looking at photos. Again, for a while, you may need to do that, and don't force it. But when you're really ready to move forward and it's like, you know what, I am ready to make a new transition in my life and transform and start over without that energy, it is up to you to remove the focus out of your energy field. Because what's happening when you're focusing on your ex and that situation, when you're talking about it, when you're ruminating over it, you are giving them your energy. You are still sharing your energetic field with them. And what we want you to do is pull that energy back in. So catch yourself when you're about to have those conversations, when you're looking through old photographs, and literally say to yourself, stop. Because you're in charge of your life now. You're going to be the CSO, the Chief Soul Officer of your life, and you're going to manage, like a traffic director, the direction of your energy. Because the first thing for you to do is manage what you're giving your energy to, and what you want to give your energy to is things that bring you joy. I want you to create an environment around you of things that now bring you joy. Because if we're stopping the focus on your ex, oh, I'm thinking about him again, stop, or her again, stop, oh gosh, I just went back and read or I'm looking at their social media. That's a big one. Stop, redirect. Say redirect self. And then what I want you to do is put your energy into forming an environment around you that you love. That means physically changing things in your life. So maybe they weren't into the kind of bedding that you really like. Maybe they didn't like the dishes that you really wanted to buy, or maybe you just have a whole new interest in things that are blue, or you want to create a really clean white room, or whatever it is that feels more authentic to you right now. I want you to go and invest your energy in creating that. Surround yourself with things that you love. One of the things that I did is I used an app called Mix Tiles. And I started going through my phone. I started spending time with my friends and finding really joyful situations, going dancing, going on trips, all that stuff, and collecting those photographs. And I went on the Mix Tiles app and I started to then you can order these little framed pictures, and I started making a happy wall in my house. I've done this 2 different times over 2 different breakups, and it worked. And I just blanketed this one wall with pictures of myself and or those that I loved smiling. Pictures that did not trigger a memory of my ex, or that did not have anything in it that represented a negative emotion for me. Very purposely putting up pictures that made me feel powerful, made me feel happy. This is the time for you and your ego to go and have a party and boost yourself up on a wall. So go and do a feel-good wall, a photo wall, a happy wall in your house, and watch how much the vibration of your energy body changes every time you walk past it. So if you really like this content on how to recover from a relationship and build your life into one that is more powerful than it was before, please like this video while you're here and click the button and subscribe to my channel, because I'm going to be dropping a lot more videos on this process. Back to the teaching. And the final thing I'm going to give you is a piece of encouragement to make your life the best ever. So the best revenge after a breakup is creating an incredible life. Now this means not sitting in victim mode, having a good cry, but not making that your identity, not talking about your victim story. What you're going to start doing is telling the story of your new life. Pay attention to how much you are retelling the story when you're out with friends and you're claiming to be a victim, because the more you stay in that energy, the more you're going to be attracting, because the universe is always going to prove you right. The more you stay in victim mentality, people are out to get me, people always hurt me, people always cheat on me, there are no good guys, no good girls out there. The more you are in that mentality and that way of speaking, the more your energy field is going to be full of magnetics that are going to attract future partners, future dates, future experiences that confirm that belief. So you want to clear your energy field of any of that victimized talking and create an aura around you that is all about positivity. So I want you to start saying, I feel so powerful now. I get to create the life that I want. And I want you to envision that life. I know my person is on their way to me. It's going to be a person that aligns with me and that matches me heart to heart, soul to soul. And my life is going to be even more beautiful than it was before. The opportunities that are going to come to me are going to come to me at a higher frequency of alignment, so that my life now is going to be so much stronger and happier than it was before. And as you're doing this and using these affirmations, I want you to really be intentional about choosing things that make you feel good, that make you feel strong, that make you feel powerful. If you always want to learn how to salsa dance, if there is a course that you want to take, if there's a life coach that you wanted to invest in yourself, invest in your own growth, because sister or brother friend, you're not going to be single forever. There will be somebody else that comes down the road. We want them to be at the highest match possible for you. That's why we're cleaning up your vibe. But you have a time right now to work on yourself, to make yourself, your physical body, your emotional body, your mental body, all of those great, wonderful, unique gifts that you have. You get to bring them forward and amplify who you are starting right now, so that you can have the most attractive, wonderful, magnetic version of yourself possible. That is an investment that you're going to make in yourself that is literally going to lead to a transformation and a life that is of your dreams. And while you're doing it, by all means, have more fun. Give yourself permission to go and have a good time. Go dance on tables. Go take that trip that you never thought you would take, whether it's solo or with a group. Give yourself permission, not only permission, the assignment to have more fun. And you will know that you're at a level of self-mastery over this breakup when you can actually look back and say, thank you. Thank you for what I learned, and thank you for that experience, because had I not gone through that, had that not ended, I would never be at the place that I am today. And that is a powerful place to be. So if all this talk about transforming your life after a breakup is really lighting you up, I have something amazing that I want you to know about, and that is my Wild Wonder Retreat. It is a live in-person retreat. It's going to be in a luxury beach location. It's going to be coming up in May of 2023, and I'm going to be teaching and having group experiences around activating yourself on a higher level, recovering and transforming and activating this higher version of you so that you can move out into the world completely transformed. Click the link to get all the information on the Wild Wonder Retreat. I cannot wait to see you there.